Everyone I've shown the Surface Laptop 2 to agrees with me. This is a gorgeous piece of hardware. But Microsoft's latest notebook doesn't simply offer a style upgrade, it also promises 85% better performance than its predecessor while maintaining the excellent battery life from before. There are a few small improvements too, like a quieter keyboard and brighter screen. The Laptop 2 doesn't fully deliver on the bold performance claims and has one glaring flaw, but it's still one of the best notebooks around. God, I love working on this machine, and it's mostly due to how polished everything feels. I love holding the Laptop 2, I enjoy typing on it, and I adore how smoothly everything runs. The black color option I received is my favorite, but you can also get it in silver, burgundy, or blue if you prefer. Part of what makes the Laptop 2 so appealing is its keyboard. It's swathed in Microsoft's Alcantara fabric, which is soft and lush. I'm not sure if it'll show signs of wear over time, but so far it feels like it resists my sweaty palms better than other keyboards. The keys themselves are not only well spaced and comfortable to type on, but are indeed quieter than before. The sound is muffled, as if Microsoft stuffed a cushion under each button. It's not an extremely important improvement, but nice to have when you want to get work done without bothering your neighbors. I was also impressed by the Laptop 2's glass-covered trackpad. It's smooth, responsive, roomy, and frankly, a joy to use. I wish other PC companies would pay attention. This is how you make a good touchpad. The Laptop 2 is an excellent workhorse too. The original laptop shipped with the limited Windows 10S, which really held back that machine's potential. This time around, Microsoft thankfully shipped the Laptop 2 with full Windows 10 Home, an OS with few limits. So let's take a look at how long it takes the Laptop 2 to batch convert a set of 10 photos. Our unit has an 8th generation Intel Core i5 CPU with 8 gigs of RAM and a 256 gig SSD. We're going to use Fastone image resizer or Fastone photo resizer to batch convert 10 photos and see how long the Surface Laptop 2 takes. So the Laptop 2 completed that task in about 11 seconds, which is on par with other 8th generation Intel Core i5 devices that I've tested, but a nice improvement over the original laptop. The Laptop 2 performed inconsistently on benchmarks, sometimes beating the original laptop, sometimes faring poorer. Even when it outperformed its predecessor, the results were never 85% better. Don't get me wrong, this is a powerful device. It didn't once stutter as I flipped between virtual desktops, opening app after app, playing browser games, and installing Steam. Once it glitched after I had tried to lock and unlock it in quick succession repeatedly, but that's the only hiccup I've seen so far. Microsoft's claim that the Laptop 2 is 85% faster than the original is probably marketing hype. It certainly doesn't feel 85% faster, but it's plenty powerful. I was also impressed by how quickly the Laptop 2 wakes up and logs me in via Windows Hello. The device generally turned back on from sleep in less than a second and was smart enough to recognize me from various angles. Though it's supposed to last about 14 hours like its predecessor, the Laptop 2 didn't live up to its promise. This does have a brighter screen though, which might help explain things. It won't survive a flight from, say, New York to Asia, but for the most part, it gets me through a full workday just fine. It's when I had to recharge the Laptop 2 that I really felt it had a glaring flaw. Instead of using USB-C for power like many other notebooks this year, the Laptop 2 still relies on a proprietary socket. It was really frustrating that the connector was so shallow it dropped out of the laptop at the slightest provocation. Sure, it has magnets to help hold it in place, but that wasn't enough to keep the charger from falling right out of the port when I accidentally flicked it while picking up the laptop to move to a different couch. It's like MagSafe all over again. The good news is, Microsoft's charger gets the Laptop 2 juiced up pretty quickly,
I got about 35% of power after about 30 minutes. Aside from hating on the lack of USB-C, I really don't have anything bad to say about the Surface Laptop 2. It's got a bright, beautiful 13.5-inch display that showed off every tiny detail and even the gloomiest scenes during my recent binge of The Haunting of Hill House. It did get slightly hard to see in harsh light though. And the speakers were loud and clear enough that I almost thought the ghostly creaks and squeaks were actually happening in my living room, not in the show. It's also nice that Microsoft included a USB-A socket, a mini display port, and a headphone jack. That's more than you'll find on most competing laptops like Dell's XPS 13, HP's Spectre 13, and Huawei's MateBook X. These alternatives are similarly attractive and powerful, but Microsoft's unique design stands out. Even though I really love my MateBook X, I have to say, I'm looking forward to switching to the Surface Laptop 2 as my main laptop bay when CES rolls around. Well, if I can convince myself it's worth carrying a proprietary charger for anyway. In the world of PCs, the Surface Laptop 2 is one of the strongest thin and light notebooks, especially since its $999 starting price rivals alternatives by Dell and HP. The lack of a USB-C charging port is its biggest drawback, but if you can live with Microsoft's inconvenient cable, you'll absolutely adore the laptop too.